Okay, guys, so in my last video, I talked about the decline in healthcare and all other stuff. But no, back in the 90s and early 2000s, mid 2000s, you had to be, precise, very thorough, very, very thorough. And I find that healthcare, medical care today isn't as thorough as it once was. Besides all the other problems, I'm not going to get into all that because that's a big, big, huge problem to kind of talk about like this, and it's really kind of boring. I really don't want to talk about that. I just gave everybody like a little glimpse of what I used to be into, but I want to talk a little bit about. I'm going to go back and digress a little bit back into narcissists and dating sites and things like this. Um, I've heard a lot of stories. I've heard a lot of good ones through dating sites, and when you're on there, you're going to hear a lot of stories with people as to their complicated relationships and what makes them be complicated. And I've heard so many, right? The ones that are on these dating sites that they always have an excuse as to, well, they can't leave because of their kids. They can't leave because of this. They're stuck in this place because of some problem, right? And you hear them a lot on these date on the free dating sites. You're going to come across all kinds of stories. And narcissists will justify these stories as well. There could be some issue, some big thing, but they're not going to tell you the truth about the situation. They're going to make up stories, and some of the stories are really laughable and really funny. You're going to laugh your ass off at them because they're just that funny. But what I find to be really, really funny also is, and it's just really weird. I'm not sure if it has anything to do with me or if it's just, I don't know. But ever since my relationship with my ex narcissist has we've been broken up, it seems to me, I'm not saying 100% because I really don't know. Whatever he tells me could all be lies. But it's like he hasn't been in like a normal relationship. All his, like, the relationships that he's been in have all been kind of dysfunctional, really dysfunctional, like frequenting dating sites. Um, I'm not saying that when he was with me that it was functional and normal and good, because trust me, there was issues there. But I would like to think that he wasn't doing that, or he wasn't going on dating sites as much as he was, now. But like when I was with him, I don't believe that he started going on dating sites till the very end. Although maybe he was always on dating sites, I just didn't know it. Um, I think that the narcissist will justify and come up with some problem that maybe not even doesn't even exist. They'll just kind of make up some kind of an excuse as to why they're on there. Because you have to say to yourself, this is an actual true story. When I was with my ex narcissist, I couldn't walk up the steps without him attacking me. And I mean attacking me, I mean, in fun. I mean, not really attacking me, like trying to kill me or anything like that. But he would attack me in a way that was like very, very physical, a sexual way. You know, like I haven't seen you in a week, pulling my clothes off, can't wait to be with me type thing. Um, and this was kind of always like this. Even when I was living with him, it was always very physical. We had a very physical relationship. Very, very physical. And I couldn't say no. I don't feel like it right now, or I'm not in the mood. I mean, I don't think I ever said I wasn't in the mood or I didn't feel like it or not tonight or go fuck yourself or anything like that. I don't believe I could. When it came to my ex narcissist, he was very difficult to fend off. Very, very difficult. And I think part of it was because he was very demanding in that department with me. And also because I really liked him. So being affectionate with him was something that I really enjoyed too. I think when you naturally love someone like that, and we had that kind of relationship where it was physical affection, not the physical affection. I believe was the glue that held it together more than the emotional or the mental, because like I said, when it came to talking and stuff, we talked about stuff, but we communicated more physically, I would say, you know but I don't know how anybody can get away with just saying not tonight, or I don't feel like it, or anything like that. So I don't know how they get it. I don't know. Like I said, that could just be a big lie, because I don't see how that's possible. um but narcissists will do this, and I I really don't know, but to me that's the way it seems. It seems like there really hasn't been like a normal one since we broke up. So I think that, to be honest here, in all accounts, whether it's just lies that he tells me, as far as him going on dating sites with these cryptic messages and whatever, my feelings about it is it could have affected him too. The breakup that we had may have fucked him up as well. I mean, it might have. Just because he doesn't talk about it or tell me about it doesn't mean that it didn't, that's not how it was. Um, some people are just more quiet about things. But what I don't understand is why do people, and I'm lucky I'm not in this boat and I've never been in this boat. Why do people stay in relationships where they're not fulfilled or happy? And you see this a lot today. A lot of it has to do when people have kids, or they get themselves into a black hole with someone where they kind of have to stay there or be there. It just doesn't make sense. I'm not saying that for me, because I have nothing to do with that. I'm just speaking about it. But I don't understand why a lot of people do that. A lot of people stay in bad relationships where they're not fulfilled or happy. Maybe they do it because they feel like they can't get anybody else, or they feel like they can't. I don't know why people do it. And it could just be a big lie, because he doesn't want to just say, I come on dating sites because I like the attention, or because I want to talk to you. Or he ain't gonna tell me the truth. He just makes up stories as to why I'm in a bad relationship. I'm in a bad situation right now. Like, it's bad. You know what I mean? Or one of the ones that I got last time was, well, they kind of have to stay here because they have nowhere else to go. Like, that's a good one. They'll say, like, because I was like, well, if you're in a bad relationship, why don't you just get out of it, right? Like, if people are in bad relationships, break up. You're not married. You don't have to stay with somebody. Um, but I feel like a lot of it is just a cover up. It's just a cover up because they don't want to say the truth. And it doesn't make sense, right? Because why would someone stay with someone for years if it has to do with, not having any affection, or whatever that is, whatever that is going with that. Why would he stay? I'm telling you, with me, I couldn't be around him for more than 5 minutes without him attacking me. So I don't see how that's really true. I think that, you know, when you're on a dating site and you're talking to somebody, and like I said, this is all from just my own experiment, you know what I mean? But if you're on a dating site and you're talking to somebody, they're always going to give you a line of BS, right? As to, well, why aren't you divorced if you're so unhappy? Because you're going to get these type of people on there that they want you to feel sorry for them. Like, I have to stay with them because of the kids. They have nowhere else to go, and I just let them stay here, and we're not physical anymore, and they sleep on the couch, and that's all bullshit. Like, that is a bullshit story, right? So watch out for the bullshit stories when you're on these dating sites. If you're gonna go on free dating sites, I tell everybody, don't go on there. I do it for experiment purposes. It's just for an experiment. But other people there are really on there, like truthfully looking to get with someone, get into a dating, into a long term relationship. These types of people are on dating sites. And you have to know that if the story doesn't make sense, then it probably is not really the case. And that they're just saying that because they don't want to tell you the truth. They don't want to say, well, everything's okay in the relationship. It's just I'm a cheater. I am a downright cheater. I like the attention I get from other women on here, and you're here, and I want to talk to you too. And that's really the truth. There may not be anything wrong. Let me tell you this. There are a lot of people on these dating sites, a lot of men and women who are just unfulfilled. Um, their relationship isn't really that bad. They just kind of stay there, but they're not completely happy, and they just kind of stay. But they're on the side, they are going to have affairs, cheating, going out behind that person's back. And the thing that was so, I think, so horrible here in this situation here was that even though I know he's a narcissist, okay, if any time during this breakup that I had with my ex narcissist, if he actually apologized to me and acted like a mature man and fessed up to his cheating ways when we were together and just talked to me like a regular person, just actually talked and told me the truth and spoke truth, just spoke truth. You know, would I have forgiven him? Would I have ever gone back with my ex narcissist? Can't say for sure. After that one thing that he did when we broke up, that's a tough one. That was a really tough one. And maybe he wasn't in his right mind when he took them in. I don't know. I don't really know. But I really don't know. If, that's a tough one. I can't say whether or not that would ever have been. But I feel like it is a shame. It's a shame that he just doesn't tell me the truth. It's a shame that um, things have gotten to that point. And, you know, I just don't understand. And I think that's what I've been after. All my experimenting on with my ex narcissist, um, it has been, because I want to understand. That's at the root of why, of all my experimentation on there, is just wanting to know why, and why doesn't, and why couldn't he just tell me the truth? I don't know why he had to make up all these BS stories. I don't understand it. I just don't understand, and everybody wants to understand, right? Like, understanding, if two people can understand each other, what a wonderful thing, right? Because how can you not like someone? How can you not empathize with someone when you understand them? Like, having two people really understand each other is it's such a wonderful thing, to sit down and talk and truly understand another person, where they're coming from, why they think the way they do, the circumstances as to why they did what they did. Understanding, if two people understand each other, there doesn't have to be any dislike or anything like that, as long as you understand why. And that's something I never got from mine. I never got the understanding because he's never talked to me. And I'm a very reasonable person. Like, I'm a very reasonable and very, like, empathetic and reasonable. And, You just tell me the way it is. Like there's no really reason with me to like pussyfoot around or to lie to me. I'm not that kind of person. Like I'm really not. I'm very down to earth. Very down to earth person. Extremely down to earth. Very down to earth person. And I get situations. I get life. But I don't understand why things are so difficult for him to just talk to me and tell me the truth about stuff. All I wanted was truth. And I don't know. I just I just don't get it. I don't get it. You know, like the truth is, like my ex, he's not going to find anybody better than me. And I told him this many years ago. I told him this years ago, like 5 years ago. I said, you're not going to find anybody better than me. You'll find others. He will find other people. Of course he will. But he's not going to find someone like me. And maybe that's the problem. He may have expected other girls to be like me, but there isn't anybody like me. They broke the mold, which is fine. But, you know, if he would have communicated to me years ago, it didn't have to get to that point. Life is short. Life is very short. It's quick, very very quick. I'm 51 years old, and I still don't know where the last 30 years went. I don't understand. Like I don't. But you have to, you have to talk to people, and you have to talk and express yourself to people. And that's what this channel is, for me, is about: expressing myself, talking about how I feel. Because, like I said, if two people understand each other, how can you dislike someone when you understand someone, and why they're doing what they do, or why they think the way they do, or why they feel the way they do? So, I don't know. I don't know, guys. That's it. That's it for this one. I will be back.